I want to be looking at a match I played a couple of months ago in rank 18 and kind of analyzing what I would do differently now. So, the first thing I do here is I go down here to activate this toggle, which I think I'm a little too overeager about that because I end up in a kind of suboptimal situation. I think a better thing to do would have been to take care of that bat and perhaps even the curse kid before ever waking the troggle up, so I wouldn't get in a situation where I have to spend a spell in order to avoid a damage. And so here I have a couple options. I can either basically kill the curse kid here and let the troggle live, which I think I probably would do now because the troggle would have a chance at getting a second monster too. Or I could just try and escape and let the troggle dunk itself, which is what I end up doing, and my escape doesn't work very well because I just jump over here and then I have nothing to do with this curse kid right now. All I can do is run away, and so that leads to me aggroing more monsters, which in this case works out fine, I guess, but that could be, probably could have ended up worse if I had woken up another Vargas or a Lich or something. But so yeah, here, this is a pretty hairy situation, but I'm about to get this troggle across this pond, and so I kind of just want to stay where I'm at for a couple of turns in order to kill the troggle on the pond. So do rotisserie, kill the curse kid, push them to pass a turn, and so now I'm going to want to push one of these to pass a turn, but I don't want to take a damage, so I'm going to use a flow to freeze the curse kid to keep him from hurting me, and also set up the kill on the next turn. And then I'll push the bat, and after I kill the curse kid, the bat will come back and I'll kill the bat. Troggle dies, kill the demon squid. So it was a decent value, I guess, but now all my spells are gone. So here I definitely should have stepped this way instead of going towards the troggle, because there's flow here, there's multiple vortexes here, and there's a flame here, so I probably definitely could have killed that troggle spell free and damage free, but instead I end up taking a damage in order to kill him. Alright, so here I want to get this, I want to line up with this curse kid so I can push him into this little inlet here, but I should have stepped here while waiting for the curse kid to step here instead of stepping here, because that way I would have lined up with the curse kid the same way, but the Foxy would still be asleep, so it'd be a little safer. Now here, I probably should have stepped here to pair up with the demon squid, and then I probably could have dealt with the demon squid for free in the open, as long as the Foxy didn't screw it up, but instead I ended up getting myself cornered, and so I could just push the demon squid to avoid the damage, but then I might have a little trouble getting a kill before I go into ones if I do that. So in order to keep my momentum going, I end up spending 2 spells to kill 2 monsters that should be free, and then 1 monster, which you usually do have to use a spell to kill Foxy, so it's just using 1 more spell than I probably would have needed to otherwise. But it was a neat little combo, I guess. Use the flow to sink the squid, freeze and keep the Foxy in place, then use the rotisserie, kill Foxy and create flame. It's pretty neat, I guess. Just not necessary. Alright, so here I definitely should have pushed this rat, and then I'd get swapped and I could kill the rat. And then I'd probably be able to deal with the trickster later. But instead, I end up spending a spell to do the same thing to the trickster, basically. And so it's just a waste. Just wasted the spell. And so here, what I probably... it wouldn't make a huge difference, but I could have stepped here then float and push the bat, and then hopefully get the giant to go onto the thin ice. And so I probably would have gotten an extra point out of that over what I just did here. And then also what I just did, there was the possibility that the giant would have stepped this way, and then I'd be in some trouble. So if I did the thing, if I freeze push the bat over the water here, it probably would have been easier to ensure that I got the giant over the thin ice probably. So I'm in kind of an awkward situation with this rat here now. Just woke up Vargas. He's in good position to gale him. Now there's a lich active up here, so this is a hairy situation again. So here probably the best thing to do. Well, I could have actually galed and then pushed the rat. And so yeah, I probably should have actually done that. Maybe. Yeah, I probably should have, because what I do instead isn't much better. I basically do the same thing, except for I take more turns to kill the rat, and I send the lich over there, which I'm not sure was really a good thing. I don't know. I may have been able to deal with the lich anyway, after I had killed the Vargas and the rat. But so yeah, now I'm about to kill the Vargas, dance around with the rat a little bit. And the lich is coming back now. You can see the lich just came in the picture. So normally I would step back here and then step here and push the jelly in without waking these guys up. But since the lich is coming, I need to get some power tiles to deal with it. Perhaps deal with it with a flow. So, there was a couple of turns ago, I had the option to push the jelly and send this lich flying over here, and then maybe I could have dealt with this lich, got jumped back, and then killed the other lich in its own vortex by the time it came back. Maybe I could have done that without taking a damage, but I'm not sure. So instead, I end up just taking a damage in order to ensure I can get this lich before my counter goes down, and then spend my other two spells to kill this other lich just with a jump rotisserie, which that's a move that I basically never use anymore, which it's alright in this case because I also use the flame to kill the jelly, I guess, but probably could have gotten the jelly some other way anyways. So yeah, here I think if I would have stepped back this way, and then stepped to the power tile, then the trickster would be here and he'd swap me and then I could kill the trickster for free. But instead, I end up just dancing around pointlessly, and the trickster's still alive, and I'm being forced to aggro some more monsters here. And also I'm about to use two big spells to kill the Foxy and the trickster, which I probably definitely should have gotten the trickster for free. So maybe not the best value there. Now here's probably the biggest mistake I make this whole match. I should have jumped to the water here and then took this rune and then pushed the lich into the vortex to kill it pretty cheaply, but instead I do a weird nonsensical move. Basically I rotisserie the lich this way. I guess I wanted to create a flame, but if I just wanted a vortex, I could have just pushed the lich and then stepped backwards and then jump killed the lich. I could have done that. But no, instead I ended up spending my last two spells to kill this lich, which was unnecessary, and I failed to pick up the rune or the power tiles. So that's no good. No good at all. Alright, so now I guess I wanted to get this lich towards the vortexes or something. I ended up getting thrown, and unfortunately some curse kids have spawned since I last saw this area, so it's not not ideal. I'm in a pretty bad situation now. I'm blocked off from any power tiles by these two, and I can't really progress this way without taking a damage from the Lich. I don't have any spells. I don't really have many options. And I'm probably gonna take a good amount of damage. So yeah, there's not really anything appealing looking to me right now. I could have stepped that way and maybe tried to get the Lich closer to the vortexes. I don't know. This move wasn't too bad because I got a power tile, which I'm not sure if I even saw that. That may have been an invisible power tile. I'm not sure, but I also killed the squid there, so it was okay given the situation. Still, things don't look good though. So yeah, here I push the curse kid and use the brute to hopefully throw me out of harm's way. Doesn't really work too well. Now I have a new Lich and I think a new Troggle. I probably should have taken that power tile right away, so I wouldn't take damage. And right here, basically the only thing I think I can do here is flow out this way, then step up here, hope this Troggle goes first, so this Troggle will kill him and then kill himself, and then hope that this squid goes here and not into the inlet, and then I could push the curse kid, and I think that would be a win for me. But instead I tried to do something kind of, it would have been cool, but it was basically, it's impossible, it wouldn't work. Flow here and push the Troggle, and then I was hoping that these two would both line up in front of the Troggle and get killed, but the movement, it can't work that way. But like, the giant's never going to move here. It's always going to try and move towards me. Well, maybe if the cursed kid moved here and the slime moved here, maybe it would move here. I don't know. It may have just stayed there. But it would have been required a lot more luck than that other play I laid out. And there's a possibility it's just straight up impossible too. So yeah, here I'm just dead. There's no hope. Got pretty close, but yeah, I'm dead. So yeah, just a little interesting to see how maybe I've improved a little bit over the past couple months. Hope you enjoyed it, and thanks for watching.